Hi, this is Adelia Krebs, naturopathic doctor from Tiger Medical Institute. I'm here today to answer the question, how do you stop Alzheimer's before it starts? So Alzheimer's, we're learning more and more, is chronic preventable illness. There are certain cases where it's almost purely genetic, but the vast majority of the time it is preventable. So I've written an article on the subject to answer the question, and there are three basic categories I've included. So one is testing, the other is nutrition, and the other is lifestyle. So 80% of our longevity and long-term health is based on our lifestyle and environmental factors as opposed to genetics. So in the testing section, I've included a cognoscopy, which you can find at the Apollo Health Institute. That's like an early assessment, and that falls under testing to prevent Alzheimer's, just to know where you're at. It should be routine screening, given how common Alzheimer's is. Another is lab tests, which you can get in part from your family doctor, although working with a functional doctor who's been trained in Alzheimer's prevention would be a more comprehensive way to test. And then also genetics, because there are a few genes that are well studied in Alzheimer's, and there are a bunch of other genes that all kind of work synergistically to either increase or decrease your risk of Alzheimer's. There's a lot you can do with that information. The other is nutrition. So if you work with a health coach or a naturopathic doctor, a functional doctor that's trained in this area, it'll be something like an anti-inflammatory diet, and that can look a number of ways. But usually it's low glycemic, so it's low in processed food, low in sugar, low in grain, inflammatory oils, and they can get, into the details of what that looks like. And then the other is environmental. So toxic exposures can be a factor in Alzheimer's. It's usually the major factor in a minority of cases. However, it can be one factor of many in many different cases of Alzheimer's. So doing testing regarding toxic exposure is important, but then also just optimizing your environment in terms of fresh air, access to nature, drinking clean water, and having a lower stress environment in your day-to-day. So there's a number of ways to optimize your environment. So those are the three big areas you want to look into in terms of Alzheimer's prevention, and definitely working with a naturopathic doctor, a functional doctor, or a health coach that's trained in Alzheimer's prevention would help you limit the chances and stack the odds in your favor.